What is up guys, it's your boy Solam here, back with another classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Today we're going to talk about the Shaman class in Season of Discovery, and we're going to be taking a quick look at all of the brand new class abilities, or in this case class runes for the Shaman, and giving a brief overview of every single one, plus we're going to be combining some of them to make talents. So basically, showing you the suggested builds for both Restoration, Elemental, and Enhancement. If you're playing a Shaman in Season of Discovery, please let me know the spec you're planning to play in the comments down below. And with that being said, let's take a look at all of the brand new abilities, or runes, that the Shamans are getting access to in Season of Discovery. So first of all, we can take a look at all of the brand new chest runes for Shamans, in which case you have 4 separate ones, and here's the thing. Shamans can actually tank in Season of Discovery, which is a class fantasy that we've had for a while. Like, I think early on, back in 2005 or 2004, Shamans were supposed to be able to tank. It's a reason why you have certain totems that taunt for you, certain totems that shield for you, and you have a bunch of talents that are intended for tanking, or giving you block values for example, and shield stuff. In this case, this is the first time in Classic WoW that we can tank as a Shaman, or you will have an actual build for a tank, giving you taunt as well. Taking this back to chest runes though, we have Healing Rain number 1, that one is obviously for healing. Selects the area 15 yards around the targeted player and heals all of the target player's party members within that area for X amount every single second. This one has a 10-second cooldown and it's a 2-second cast. So we also have Overload. This one could be used for multiple specs, but I would say it's elemental. So gives your Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, Chain Heal, Healing Wave and Lava Burst spells a 33% chance to cast a second similar spell on the same target at no additional cost that causes half the damage or healing and 0 threat. Then you have the dual wield specializations. Yeah, I know people wanted to play two-handed in enhancement, but it looks like they're trying to build on the dual wield spec here, so there's no real two-handed talents or stuff like that, stuff and things, no real two-handed runes, so they're building the dual wield Shaman in this case, but I'm hoping they give us two-handed at some point, because I love two-handed Shamans. So, referring this back to the rune though, dual wield specialization increases your chance to hit with both spells and melee attacks by 5%. Only while dual wielding, and your Storm Strike ability now hits with both weapons while dual wielding. Next up you have the tank one, so Shield Mastery. Each time you block, you generate or you regenerate mana equal to 4% of your maximum mana, and you gain armor equal to 30% of your shield's armor value, stacking up to 5 times. You also always gain 10% increased chance to block, and 15% increased block value on top of that as well. Next up, we have the leg runes. So first of all, we have an absolutely essential one for tanking, and that is Way of Earth. While Rockbiter weapon is active on your main hand weapon, you deal 100% increased threat, gain 30% increased health, take 10% reduced damage, gain 6% reduced chance to be critically hit by melee attacks, and Earth Shock now becomes a taunt. Earth Shock taunts the target to attack you and has a separate cooldown from other shock spells, but the range is now melee only. Then you have Ancestral Guidance, 2-minute cooldown. For the next 10 seconds, 25% of your damage is converted to healing on up to 3 nearby party, and 100% of your healing is converted to damage on your most recent Flame Shock target. Then you have Earth Shield, protects the target with an earthen shield, reducing casting or channeling time lost when damaged by 30%, and causing attacks to heal the shielded target for 100. This effect can only occur once every few seconds. It has 3 charges, lasts 10 minutes. Now Earth Shield can only be placed on one target at a time, and only one elemental shield can be active on a target at a time. Then you have Shamanistic Rage, reduces all damage you take by 20%, and you regenerate mana every second for 15 seconds. Mana regenerated per second is equal to 15% of your attack power, 10% of spell power, or 6% of healing power, whichever value is the highest one for you personally. And then we have the last set of runes. For the gloves this time, we have Lava Lash. You charge your offhand weapon with lava, instantly dealing 100% offhand weapon damage, and damage is increased by 20% if your offhand weapon damage is enchanted with Flame Tongue. Then you have Molten Blast, a tank ability. Blast enemies in a cone in front of you for X amount of damage, fire damage in this case, and this ability generates a high amount of threat. Shock periodic damage has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldown on Molten Blast. This one I've never seen before, so it has to be a brand new ability. It kind of looks like a rework from the Breath of Fire from Monks in Mist of Pandaria that worked kind of in a similar way. And then we have Water Shield. The caster is surrounded by 3 globes of water, granting 1% of your maximum mana per 5 seconds. When a spell, melee or range attack hits the caster, 4% of maximum mana is restored to the caster. And this expends 1 water globe out of 3. Only 1 globe will activate every few seconds, it lasts for 10 minutes, and only 1 elemental shield can be active on the Shaman at any time. Then you have Lava Burst. You hurl molten lava at the target, dealing X amount of fire damage, and if your Flame Shock is on the target, Lava Burst will always deal a critical strike. That is massive. So with all of those runes, I also combined some specs or suggested builds for every single spec, starting off with Tank. In this case, I've combined Way of Earth, Molten Blast and Shield Mastery for the tank, because those are the only runes that directly increase your tanking ability by giving you either more survival through block value, or giving you higher threat abilities through Molten Blast, or giving you a literal taunt through Way of Earth. So these 3 kind of essential for tanks, though you can mix and match a little bit based on the fights. Next up we have Healer. In this case I've combined, as you can see here, Water Shield, Earth Shield and Healing Rain, and the reasoning for this is that only 1 elemental shield can be active on the Shaman at a time, and only 1 elemental shield can be active on a target at a time. That still means that as a Shaman healer you can put Water Shield on yourself and you can Earth Shield the tank. That way they're not both on you and you're still only using 1 shield on 1 target at a time, so you're using Water Shield on yourself, Earth Shield on the tank, and then you have Healing Rain to AoE heal. Really good healer ability right here, and I feel like Shaman healers, they just went from being like not that viable in raids, you bring them for totems and stuff, but now they're looking kind of insane. And then you have Lava Lash. We have the enhancement right here, Lava Lash, dual wheel spec, and also Shamanistic Rage. Not really that much to say about this one, really straightforward, and obviously the best picks for enhancement if you ask me, though Shamanistic Rage could be changed out with something else. Either way, let's go to Elemental, the last spec for today, the last combination right here. So we have Overload, Ancestral Guidance, and Lava Burst. Once again, not that much to talk about. Ancestral Guidance could be swapped out for something else, if or when it makes sense, but Overload and Lava Burst, I feel like they're essential. You pretty much have to have them as Elemental. So that is my overview of the Shaman class in Season of Discovery. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like down below. I really would appreciate it, and let me know some feedback on the class videos I've made so far. If you've enjoyed them, let me know. If you hate them, let me know. If there's something I could have done better, let me know. Once again, it's supposed to be a brief overview only of the brand new abilities to kind of show you what the classes have to offer, instead of doing complete deep dives on absolutely everything. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again very soon.